Hey there, AP World History students. My name is Luis Silva, and today we're looking at AP World History, the teachings of Islam. Please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you like this video, and also make sure that you share this video so that we can help out other students get ready to take the AP World History exam and be successful. For this particular presentation, our main focus is on the teachings of Islam. The other part of this standard we already covered on the previous presentation. Let's move on. The teachings of Islam. For this presentation, we're going to be looking at the 5 pillars of Islam. We are going to be looking at Jihad and also Sharia law. And make sure that you're taking notes. Make sure that you're getting ready to take your AP World History exam. Once again, our main focus is on the 5 pillars of the teachings of Islam. The first pillar is Shahada. Basically, the meaning of this is that there is no God but Allah, and that Muhammad is the messenger. Straightforward. There's only one God, Allah, and his prophet is Muhammad. And obviously this is heavily emphasized by the teachings of Islam. The second pillar is Salat. Very important pillar, and Muslims follow this very carefully. Salah or Salat is the second of the 5 pillars in the Islamic faith as daily prayer. It is a physical, mental, and spiritual act of worship that is observed 5 times every day at specific times. While facing towards the Kaaba in Mecca, Muslims pray first standing and later kneeling or sitting on the ground, reciting from the Quran and glorifying and praising Allah as they bow and prostrate themselves in between. This is the second pillar and is again a fundamental component of Islam. Let's move on. The third pillar is Zakat, and this is basically a tax required of Muslims. One of the 5 pillars of Islam. The Zakat is levied on 5 categories of property: food grains, fruit, camels, cattle, sheep, and goats, gold and silver, and movable goods, and is payable each year after one's year's possession. The tax levy required by religious law varies with the category. Recipients of the zakat include the poor and needy, the collectors themselves, and those whose heart it is necessary to reconcile. Once again, this is another component of the faith in Islam. The fourth pillar is Siyam, one of the pillars that make up this faith in Islam. And basically this is fasting in Islam. It's the practice of abstaining usually from food, drink, smoking, and even sexual activity. During the Islamic holy month of Ramadan, sun is observed between dawn and nightfall when the evening Adhan is sounded. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Muslim lunar calendar, and fasting is the 4th of the 5 pillars of Islam. Please make sure that you know this in case you're asked to compare different religions around the world, and that by knowing this you will be able to score really good on your AP World History exam. Let's move on. The 5th pillar is Hajj, and this is basically the Muslim pilgrimage to Mecca that takes place in the last month of the year, and that all Muslims are expected to make at least once during their lifetime. So every Muslim is required to take this trip, this pilgrimage, at least once in their lifetime. And as you can see from the image to the right, it is an important event, and literally thousands and thousands of people are able to make this trip. Let's move on. And now we're looking at jihad. The exact meaning of the term jihad depends on the context. It has been erroneously translated in the West as holy war. Jihad, particularly in the religious and ethical realm, primarily refers to the human struggle to promote what is right and to prevent what is wrong. So this is a term that we all have to analyze, and we have to take it according to the original meaning, in this case, the religious meaning. And it's something that the Muslim world, Islam, takes very seriously. Let's move on. Now let's review the term and the concept Sharia, which is basically Islamic law or Sharia law. It is a religious law forming part of the Islamic tradition. It is derived from the religious precepts of Islam, particularly the Quran. In Arabic, the term Sharia refers to God's immutable divine law and is contrasted with fiqh, which refers to its human scholarly interpretations. The manner of its application in modern time has been subject to dispute between Muslim fundamentalists and those that are considered modernists. Please make sure that you are aware of all of these big concepts in Islamic teaching, because they form the core values of the belief system that is practiced in Islam. And if you need to go back to this presentation, please do so that you can evaluate each component of the teachings of Islam. Let's move on. Now let's do a closure activity. In this case, a review quiz. And we are going to determine what the best answer is. In this case, let's start with this quiz. What does the list below reveal about Islam? Muslims pray 5 times a day. Muslim women dress modestly. Muslims don't drink alcohol or eat pork. Muslims must give money to support charities. A. Islam is a way of life. B. Islam was popular in Arabia in the 700s. C. Islam was the same as other religions. Or D. Islam is a religion hardship. Let's give you a minute to think about this, and then we can answer this. Once you have an answer, please make sure that you are correct in your response. Let's see the response. In this case, the answer is A. Islam is a way of life. Let's move on to the second question. According to Islam, Jews and Christians are people of the book. What does this mean? A. These religions are guided by holy writings that came from God. B. These religions believe in storytelling. C. These religions inspire people to read the same books. Or D. These religions worship in similar ways. If you need to pause this video, please do so and provide an answer. But here is your response. A. These religions are guided by holy writings that came from God. Let's move on. According to the first pillar of faith, A. Muslims pledge to pray every day. B. Muslims pledge to submit to God. C. Muslims pledge to fast during Ramadan. Or D. Muslims pledge to travel to Mecca. I'll give you a minute so you can answer this question. If you need to pause this video, please do so. And the answer is Muslims pledge to submit to God. This is some of the questions that you need to be familiar with, and you need to have an answer. So please make sure that if you got one of them wrong, just go back to the presentation and make sure that you review the material so that you can score really good on your AP World History exam. Let's move on. We have come to the end of this presentation. Once again, do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Do not forget to like this video, and also do not forget to share this video so that we can help out other students get ready to take their AP World History exam. I will see you in the next presentation.